Hey guys, Scott here. Pine Barren Craftsman, another video. Came up with a thought today. I was just wondering if anybody's thinking about this too. Uh, has anybody struggled with communication? Has anybody struggled with maybe parents, maybe with parents talking to children? Struggled with maybe even like people not following through with text messages, communicating with emails. It seems like it's a problem. And it's like everybody's got their lives. Everybody's busy, especially when you're in, you know, on board mainframe here. As I said last time, you're in your own life, you're in your own wheelhouse, and you're doing your own thing. And everybody's got the right, to feel busy and feel maybe strained or, struggle to get through things. You got people starting different jobs, different companies, people doing things personally, struggles with life. It's all about the read on what they're giving you. When you have a friend or a family member, you've known them a long time, you obviously kind of understand their, I guess, jive, their juice, whatever they do. Typically in scenarios, like most people know that when they ask me to come out, I'm gonna like backtrack, try to find a way maybe I shouldn't go, or it's just because it's a natural thing about being social. I tend to want to be social in settings that I'm like ultra comfortable in. And it's weird because I've gotten myself to being so specific. It's hard. It's hard for somebody coming in and looking at me. It's like, what's his deal? He doesn't like to do this. He doesn't like to do that. So what do I got to do to make this guy happy? To get him to come out and just have fun, which I would. I typically go out and have a blast. We build up these little walls, right? Um, you know, I'm not big on, uh, you know, being a stick in the mud and like bringing other people down. So if I know it's something I don't really feel like up to doing, or maybe I'm not going to be good at it, I kind of bail on it a little bit. I'd be like, nah, you guys go have fun without me because I'm all right. Um, but the communication side of that, like if you don't say anything or explain yourself in life, people will put these little gaps that you're leaving. They'll put what they want in those gaps. Like, oh, he doesn't want to come because I think he's this, and that. And that's the hard part. So coming through with this whole moving to a new town and trying to start a small business for myself and our family, I kind of want those gaps to be filled so there is no room for thought. And then hate me. If you're going to hate me, that's fine. As long as you're hating me for the right stuff, right? Or maybe you don't think we get along and there's other people you'd rather go hang out. It's fine. As long as you know the real Scott and the real craftsman, the real Pine Barren guy. Like this happens with business. It happens in the corporate world. You know, people trying to get a read on everybody, especially in a new town. This video channel has helped me, I think, reach a lot of people that maybe we only talked a little bit here and there. Maybe they had a preconceived notion about me. And maybe there's more here that they can see. So I think a lot of people should do this. Facebook's fine, and Instagram and whatever, Instachat and Twitter, whatever. But if you're not being full, the full spectrum, the good, the bad, the ugly, they're not getting the grasp of who you are. So you might be Facebook friends with somebody that you know from town, and you're not going to get to the meat of the potatoes there, what they're about. I did this with my wife. I went very quickly into all the things that I can't stand, or what I'm not into, or what I'm not about in the very beginning. Because why sit there and wait? And it's intense. It's an intense way to date. Maybe I didn't throw it as fast as I'm saying, but I know in my heart I wanted to get everything out that I am quickly. So we don't waste time. I was in my later 20s. I wasn't worried about that, but I was thinking maybe if this is the real deal, I want to get to know this girl real quick and know what she's about quickly. Communication. So her family, they communicate, but they also, have a different way from Italian family. My mom's Italian. I'm Armenian and Italian, but the Italian was the driving force in that family about communication. The Armenian side, they'll tell you everything you're doing wrong. Period. You don't look good. You lose weight. You're getting thin. The Italians, that go up and down about everything. So I guess cut to the chase with people, right? You know, that's what I'm talking about with communication. New people in town. If you got a new job, or you're starting out at a job, or you're starting a new type of job, it's important that the managers and people know what you're doing. If there's good managers and bad managers, there's good workers, there's bad workers. If you're genuinely trying your hardest, and you know you are, there's an emotional thing that's tied to that, because when you fail and you're doing your best, it's such a shock. People get upset, they cry, they quit, they walk out, they get crazy. And if you're communicating, hey, this is what I'm thinking, this is what I'm doing, this is my plan, it tends to fill in those little gaps, like I talked about earlier, between what your manager might think you're doing and what you really are doing. That gray area is a bad spot with everything. The gray, man. Gray lines in a contract. You want it to be spelled out very specifically, because there's embellishment in those words, in the English language, right? So I guess in this video, that's really what I'm after, is, seeing gaps in my life where communication did break down, maybe with me and my child, like trying to get down to his level and know that I'm communicating with this kid because he's smart in a lot of ways. I think everybody thinks their kid's special in one way or another. And I think that he's smart in a very, unique way. And I'm talking to him like an adult, like getting into these deeper concepts and bigger words. And it's like, wow, I got to chill with this. I mean, he's still just 6 years old, and he tends to jive and understand the concept. But because when he does make a mistake, or maybe get distracted, or doesn't follow through with or even like tell a white lie or something, or even a bigger lie, like I'm let down. I'm like, he's smart. Why would you do that? I never, inflicted any kind of punishment on you, because you've never lied. And all of a sudden there's like a lie, and it's like this big thing. And it's like, I'm trying to get into his brain about what happened to unravel it so I can fix it. He's just a kid. It's like sock drawer, put the socks in the sock drawer, right? Yeah, he puts them in his pants drawer with the underwear is over here. Well, so do I. I keep a mess out of my drawer. It's like funny. I'm trying to hold him to some scrutinized, organization, so he has a good outlook on it. I don't do it myself. I can't even keep focus on the camera. Anyway, so this, in a nutshell, is I feel good about communicating. I feel good about sharing this with everybody. I feel like it might help people just go over things we already know, and to like double check on what you're doing. Like, hey, if you're having a problem in your relationship right now, and maybe it hasn't been that way, like, have you stopped communicating because it's difficult to talk? Because maybe you guys are fighting more than you should, so now it's like silent time, and I don't even want to talk to this person because I'm getting aggravated. It compounds. To deeply look at somebody in the eye and say, do you love me? Do you understand, like, we're in a relationship, still, and where's our health of our relationship? Where's the barometer? Me personally, there's a lot of inadequacies or feeling self-conscious because of the situation that I'm in now. I'm on the internet talking to myself, or I'm talking to my son all day long. And the judgment from the rest of the world is a big thing that weighs on me. All that being said, if I get into an argument or discussion with my wife or a friend, that's like the chip on the shoulder that I already feel like I'm a little bit down on that. So I'm quick to defend it. So some people be like, I get a job, do something else, go work Saturdays and Sundays, while your wife's got the day off, watch the kid. I could do that. The type of line of work that I do, I don't really want to take on a 2-day job or a big job and only go on the weekends. It doesn't flow as easy as it might think, go paint a mold and go back, I think I'd like to do something online, maybe more than this, or maybe grow this into something where it was like a podcast. Maybe one day it could potentially make money if anybody's that interested in my stuff. So maybe this is a future career path where I could be home, because I'm not going to be sitting there typing. I'm not going to be sitting there checking out the data sheets or whatever guys do or girls do from home. Maybe you guys can offer me some options of things that you do from the house that would cost not as much time and bring in some cash. I think this podcast is a good angle for me. If you guys are enjoying it, tell me. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. It's got some really cool videos today, some stuff going on. Um, just remember, communicate with the ones you love and your coworkers and your family, and it'll fill in them gaps with the truth rather than like big voids that, by the time you're done with it, it might be a tabloid summary from somebody's life. See ya.